Now it's time for the Region 20 tournament. Chuck Nagel, a three-year starter during his playing days at the University of Wisconsin, is back to break down this do-or-die matchup. Howard battles Northern Virginia in the Region 20 play-in game. Coach Dull's Dragons just lost their final regular season game, a road game against Lackawanna. Howard is looking to avoid what would be their first and last three-game losing streak of the season. Chuck, what do you expect to see from the Dragons?
Howard played Nova earlier in the season, but that was a regular season game, as we've said. This is a tournament game, much different time. Nerves, tension, and the fact that it's a one-and-done meeting, meaning the loser goes home for good based on who wins or loses this game. Howard won by 2, and I expect another very close game tonight. They played well earlier. They should play well tonight. Both teams love the outside shot. They love to get to the free throw line. They love to get up and down the floor. If Howard does, they'll play as a team and not as much as individuals. I think they've got a good chance.
Northern Virginia enters the game with a 13-12 record. Nova's coming off a 13-point win over Allegheny. They have 3 different players averaging over 17 points per game. Chuck, describe Nova's game.
Nova's a very quick team. They play well, and they play well on the road. They've played well all season long. Could be their advantage tonight. They have a tendency, though, Mike, to give up a lot of three-point shots, and if the opponent hits a high percentage, Nova's in trouble. Look for Nova, though, to control tempo when they can't push the ball up the floor.
March Madness comes to Columbia. Howard takes on Northern Virginia next. Let's go to the Dragons Lair. First half, Robert Goodwin takes it up for Howard.
Just a great drive and nifty shot by Goodwin, hopefully an omen of what's to come.
Dante Alston at the top of the key. Alston penetrates, no good. Jamal Eggleston grabs the rebound, keeps his head up. A long bounce pass to Ian Vasquez. Here he is, lines up his shot, drains it, and that's one of the reasons he made the All-Region 20 team.
Howard starting the game in a man-to-man defense, knowing Nova's quickness and penchant for taking perimeter shots.
Curtis Lovett calls for the ball, and he is feeling it from long range. Howard's on an 8-3 run. Goodwin, guarded by Joe Day, he loses him.
That's a big-time move by Goodwin, who's looking now at a three-point play.
16 first-half points for the freshman out of Benjamin Franklin High School.
Here we have Howard spreading out the Nova defense, and it works perfectly. Vasquez to Gaskins for the dunk.
The Dragons go to the locker room with a 7-point lead. Opening minute of the second half, after a Howard miss, here comes Nova. Mortimer Birchie leading the way.
Howard starts the second half in his zone, but the guard's just not quick enough to get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Corey Williams to Lovett, who works it to Doyle Boyd. Goes baseline, and Boyd puts it away. 7 unanswered from Nova. Howard with 4 misses and 2 turnovers in the first 2 minutes of the second half. Mort Birchie with crazy range, and Northern Virginia takes the lead. On the other end now, Key takes it up. He's denied in the lane. And Birchie comes up with a steal. Here he comes in transition, and he's able to lay it in. Nova's on a 12-2 run coming out of the locker room. Make it 15-2. 3 minutes into the half, and suddenly Howard is down 6. The Dragons are shooting 1 for 6 from the field so far in the second half, and Northern Virginia just can't miss.
Wow, Nova just raining threes.
14 minutes remaining. Northern Virginia on a 22-4 run. Howard still trying to find their legs.
Nova here just out hustling the Dragons for the rebound and the ball, and it shows with an easy basket. Nova with a 15-point lead, almost scoring at will. It's hard to tell whether it's the Nova offense or just lack of effort by the Howard defense.
Howard's 3 of 12 from the field this half, and they are staring down the barrel of a season-ending loss.
Just lack of effort here. Dragons very lackadaisical with the transition defense. You can see it here. 1 white shirt, 4 greens, put it in.
11 minutes left now. Nova leads by 19. Jamal Eggleston carves out a spot off the inbounds pass and stops the bleeding for Howard. Corey Williams penetrates. Out to Alston. To Boyd in the corner. No good. And Eggleston with the rebound. Howard gets it to their catalyst. He might be 0 for 5 from the field so far, but the whole team is off right now. Willie Key. And 1. Key trying to breathe some new life into Howard. Next Howard possession. Key goes to Eggleston. The freshman out of Baltimore, 1 dribble into the paint. Dragons on a 6-0 run. 2 of those 3 baskets from Jamal Eggleston.
The Dragons showing much improved effort, and they've cut the lead to 13.
8 minutes remaining. Off the inbounds. Eggleston with some heart, willing the Dragons back into the game. 8 of Howard's last 10 points have come from Jamal Eggleston. Other end of the floor. Willie Key forces the turnover, and he chases down the loose ball. Spots up for the 3. No good. Wosu will not be denied 2 offensive rebounds and a big-time putback.
Speaking of outstanding effort, Wosu keeps the ball alive, cuts the Nova lead to 11.
Nova missed the front end of a 1-and-1 on the ensuing possession. Vasquez into the lane. Austin Wosu. Howard is not going away, and the Dragons Lair is rocking.
Again, it's Wosu. He brings the Dragons now to within 9.
Nova turned it over. Howard's back on offense. Vasquez gets open and lets it fly. It's off. Roberson battles for the long rebound. Archie emerges with it, but it's Vasquez and Wosu. Roberson cuts the lead to 7. Dragons have scored 8 unanswered. 6:30 on the clock. Williams, double team. Goes to Lovett. Williams again. Oh, what a pass. Right on the money, and Lovett does the rest.
Big-time assist here. Williams doing an impersonation of the Wizards' John Wall with that behind-the-back pass.
Howard turned over on their ensuing possession. Wosu and Eggleston combined to get it back. Jamal Eggleston keeps it, and we have an 8-point game. 2:30 remaining. Key goes to Eggleston, who gets to the block, but it's no good, and Chris Archie is there for the rebound. Other end, Williams fights his way into the low post. And Wosu's there with the block, a big-time defensive stand. Goodwin now. Ahead to Willie Key. Key gets to the basket and makes it a 2-possession game. 1:44 on the clock, here's Birchie. And officials call a foul on Vasquez. Birchie hits his 2 free throws, staying a perfect 10 for 10 from the line. Now 1:33 to play. Gaskins goes to Key. He banks it in for 3, and it's a 5-point game. Other end, we're down to 1:13. Williams to Lovett. Extra pass to Boyd. He can't convert, and Gaskins pulls down the rebound. Key feeds it inside to Gaskin, who goes right at Archie. No good, and Archie hauls it in for Nova. Archie made 1 of 2, 40 seconds. Howard down by 6. Vasquez takes the desperation 3 off the rim. Williams grabs the rebound. Nova goes to Birchie knowing he's 10 for 10 from the line. Key keeps him near the sideline. Goodwin and Vasquez trapping. Archie able to come up with the catch, sends it to the weak side, and Williams delivers a huge blow with 21 seconds remaining. Now Howard goes to Key. He pulls up knowing he needs a 3 to keep the Dragons alive and drains it. 16 seconds to play. Howard down 5. Northern Virginia goes back to Birchie. Howard has to foul. And Birchie would go on to make his free throws, finishing a perfect 12 for 12 night from the line. 10 seconds and a 7-point lead for Nova. Key goes to the same spot, and the officials call a foul on Birchie. Key's going to the line. But he missed his first 2 free throws. Howard down 6 with 7 seconds remaining, and Northern Virginia ends the Dragons season. Chucks, what are your thoughts on the season?
Mike, what I've noticed this season is when the Dragons play as a team, they've done very well. But when they tend to play more as individuals, the team effort has suffered. Overall, though, I like what Coach Dull has done in his first season.
85-78's your final. Let's send it down to Jasmine Harris.
So tonight, after Nova took the lead in the second half, what fired you guys to make a run, to push back, to get close?
Honestly, I've seen certain guys start to lose hope, man, and I needed that spark, so I took it upon myself and tried to get some of the other sophomores, into it, and I just said, let's go. We need this. This is a game that's still winnable. Let's go out there and let's play our hardest, and we can still win this game. And I tried as much as I can to pump guys up, and I try to show them, with energy that I could do it out there.
So during the second half, when the team started to make a run against Nova, what was the words that Coach Dahl had for you guys in the huddle?
Well, Coach Dahl was telling us to settle down, take good shots, and just run our offense, because our offense basically brought us back in the game, and we just had to work on defense, because defense wins games for real. But at the end, everybody just let down because we thought the game was over, but it really wasn't. We could have made a run, and he just said keep our heads up. And then for the freshmen, because I'm a freshman, he said just be prepared for next year. And then for the sophomores, it's a good thing that they still have 2 more years to play. So that's basically what he said.
After tonight's game, what did you say to the sophomores like Willie, Ian?
I told them I loved them all. I told them I'm sorry that, it ended this way, that we couldn't get them to Danville for their last game. But I told them I loved them all. And, the brothership is bigger than basketball, so they all my bros.
So after this season and after this game, what do you take from everything and for next year? Like, what do you take out of this season to prepare you coming back as a sophomore for next year?
For next year, we should be prepared, work on our game, get new players, recruits, new big men, couple pieces that we need as a sophomore next year. Just work on the game, on the off season. That's basically it.
So after this, it's been a long basketball season. What do you take out of the whole year, and what do you take with you to your new school?
Right now, moving forward, honestly, I'll just take my defensive play. I know one thing that's kind of heavy in what a lot of coaches look for, and whatever school I plan on going to next year, I haven't really made my decision, but I plan on going out there and playing as best as I can.
Congratulations on a hard-fought season, guys, and good luck moving forward. For Dragons Lair Update, I'm Jasmine Harris.